Well, hi everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for the lecture before mine. This is a problem we currently have, and it was really useful for us. I'm really excited to speak here today. Thanks for the invite. And today I'm going to talk about building human AI workflows. We're going to explore about 10 workflows. We don't have much time, so I'll jump into it. I've been in the field of AI for about 10 years, and mainly teaching people how to train models and how to use these models. Now, sorry for the clicker. What to expect from this presentation? First, we need to get on the same page why AI is so important right now. And then we're going to explore 10 workflows. I hope at least one of them is useful to you. Okay, maybe this way. Okay, so first of all, ChatGPT. So I know that AI is the real deal for the last 10 years. And then each year, more and more people were finding this out. The big catalyst was when GPT-4 came out. That was in 2023. And since then, you can see that for about a year, new models were coming out, and nobody cared. Like nobody was using it, nobody cared. And here is when GPT-4 came out, GPT-4 Turbo, 4.0, 4 Mini. Here the price started going down and the usage started going up. 0.1 preview and so on. Right now we are here, and it is expected that by the end of the year, 1 billion people will be using ChatGPT for their work. So it's really, really important that you start using AI before everybody else, before the market saturates. Now, why is this super duper important? So in economics, we call this a technology shock. A technology shock is a time when, with the same amount of labor, people can do much more output. They can get much more things done. You know, important milestones were the Industrial Revolution, when electricity came out. Just imagine pre-electricity, after electricity times. Then we had the internet. Now is an inflection point. It's probably the only one in our working lifetimes after the internet. Well, I was like 5 years old back then, but it's a very, very important time in humanity. And question is, will you take advantage of the technology shock and start getting a lot more done? Now, this is already not so hard, and we're going to explore 10 examples. Let's start with something super, super simple. This was a GIF. It's not moving. I have a couple of these, but we'll talk about it later. Now, when you plan a campaign, I'm sure everybody knows this one. We're starting really slow here. But you want to do a campaign. You want to get ChatGPT to tell you how to do it. And then there are different ways to make it happen. Now, a good way to do it is to write this super, super big prompt, and the better the prompt, the better the outcome, right? But the thing is, a prompt like this is very hard to create. And actually, prompting is a lot of work. And I'm sure that many people are having issues with this. So the question is there a better way? Is there a better way to create prompts? This is what we asked ourselves a couple of months ago. And the question was, okay, if I want to get this campaign in the best way possible, I first need to get this prompt as good as possible. And then there are different ways to do this. Maybe you can create a prompt which creates prompts. Maybe you can use a product which creates these prompts for you. And this was a GIF as well. But the thing is, there are different techniques to do better prompting. Since I don't have a video, one of the best techniques is to say, let's say, I want to create a marketing campaign. Ask me several clarifying questions. Ask me 5 questions about this campaign. And then the chat starts asking you questions. You start answering the questions. And without knowing it, you're building a very, very good prompt. So the first thing to getting more out of the AI is to be able to prompt it, right? Sounds logical. However, it can't be all about prompts. The future can't be us writing these long prompts. And the question is, what is the right way to do it? So it turns out, and this is one, so I posted yesterday, I'm looking forward to speaking at the Balkan e-commerce summit. I wrote this post, actually AI wrote it. Usually I write my own posts, but the promotional ones I give to the AI. And the question is, how do I get this, and how much do I prompt to get this done in a good way? In fact, I will send you the presentation later on. I know that it's hard to read, but this is my prompt, and the prompt is something along the lines of, I'm speaking at the Balkan e-commerce summit, I'll post this image with it, my topic is this one. And this prompt got me this amazing post, which is very, very in line with the way I write and what I'm trying to achieve. Now, the main thing is that there are products, including ours, but this doesn't matter. There are products which allow you to add context in a different way. So instead of prompting, you can give it other stuff. In our case, we give it good examples. So I have trained it, which is the wrong term, but makes the point across. I give it a bunch of my posts, and then with a very simple prompt, I can get a post which looks exactly like the way I write. So this is very, very important because it shows us that the prompt doesn't matter at all. Actually, scientific research shows that with good examples, there is nothing better than good examples when trying to get something done. So if you provide a couple of examples and the simplest, stupidest prompt like do something, it will have a better result than this big-ass prompt. This prompt will always perform worse than a tiny prompt with a couple of examples of what you want it to look like, the output. So it's not about the prompt. Actually, everything you get out of the AI is about the context you give it. And think about context as examples, images, PDFs, videos, your code base if you're coding, your brand voice, links to stuff, your Google Drive, Notion, all of these things. So the more stuff you stuff it with, the better it's going to perform. Now, you can't give videos as context right now, but you will be able to give videos as context in like 2 years. Like, this is inevitable. The thing is, we will be able to stuff more context, and the question is, can you find the right context to give it so that it can get something done? So then I go to the next one, detailed descriptions. I'm going to use the description for this event. I got this email. I was out of office, and they asked me, you have to describe your talk. My talk was not ready yet, so I didn't know what I'm going to talk about. And I wrote this short description, which is completely AI generated. How did I do it? Well, I used, again, our product, but this is irrelevant for this. So I said, my topic is going to be building human AI workflows. I gave a link to the Balkan e-commerce conference, and I gave a Notion page, which is our preparation for e-commerce companies. And then I went to the chat with this context in mind. I sent a screenshot of the email. I didn't prompt it. I just sent a screenshot of the email saying, can you send me a short description? So the prompt is already in the image, right? And then I said, well, these are my ideas. And it came out with the description I sent you. It took me 1 minute to do it because this was already set up for me for a different reason. Now, the most important thing here is I didn't even give it an instruction. So in the first example, we prompted heavily. In the second example, we prompted slightly, but gave the right context. In the third example, we didn't prompt at all, and it worked. Now, this will be coming better and better, but it's all about the context, right? By the way, this works for products, bios, submissions, applications. I have done like hundreds of submissions in this way. I no longer like think about these. Now, the thing is, if you know the context, if you know what you're trying to achieve, if you know what are the final results, maybe there are even better ways to do this. And this was a video as well, but this was showcasing one tool we created for ourselves with Maggie. So what we wanted to do was we wanted to watch YouTube videos very fast. So you have a 1 hour lecture from last year Balkan e-commerce conference, whether to enter the Hungarian market. I want to know what these guys are gonna say. Now, we have built, and since there is no video, I'll just show you. We have built a tool where I paste the video link, and then it takes the video, summarizes the video, and I can ask questions to the video. So basically, I can simply take a 1 hour video and say, what is this video about? What are the important bits? What are the challenges to entering the Hungarian market, or whatever? And then I would get the exact point in the video where I can click, watch this bit, and go further. Now, this is done again with the same technology. So how we do it is we take the transcript of the video as context, and we just search where it is. Now, you would say, that's cool, but I don't have a product team, right? But no problem. Generative AI is much, much bigger than prompting. With the same technology, you can build websites, tools, apps very quickly, very easily. So over here, I built the Balkan e-commerce Summit 2026 website. It assumed it's going to be in Belgrade, but this isn't true, I'm sure. So this website is actually live right now. So how did I create it? Again, it was a video. It's a whole website, speakers, venues, all of these things. So how was this created? Create a simple website for Balkan e-commerce conference, and then I gave it the current website. And it created the new website with completely new stuff. Now, the moral of this story for this workflow is, if the context is known, and the context here is create a website, the tool, in this case Lovable, it has seen all the websites, he's seen all the code bases, and it's very good at creating websites and apps. Which means that, okay, ChatGPT is just the beginning, and then there's a myriad of apps that are doing completely different things, which are very, very powerful. Now, the next thing was, and I was like, okay, what if you work with images? I guess you guys work with a lot of images. You've heard that there is a new image model. Yeah, I don't have time to give you more context, but to show you what this model is capable of, I was on the flight back home, and I took this Iran, and I said, create an image, brand this Iran with the photo from the Balkan e-commerce conference. This is the prompt, and this is the Iran. So the product, just ChatGPT is already doing these things with the stupidest prompts ever, right? Now, as you can see, my face is a bit different, so it changed my face as well. But this is because ChatGPT is not meant to do this, right? ChatGPT is not the answer to everything. In this case, there is this product, Photo Room, that released this product. There is an image of this cup, and then it puts it in real-life situations with real models. So now you can see that products, which before you needed to do photo sessions and all of these things, this costs nothing. This is almost free to use, and you can now put this in real-life situations. But with something more than ChatGPT, like you can't use the just OpenAI's ChatGPT because they don't care about your product images, right? They care about showcasing the tech. Now, what if you're doing a lot of ads? Well, there are tools for this too. And this one is, let's say this is your competitor's ad. Well, there's this tool which takes your competitor ad and brands it like your product, puts your product over here, and then it creates 100 different variations of ads. You can just provide it with your competitor's link, and it will find the ads, search the ads, take the ads, and then create variations of these. You can do this every day on auto-repeat with these products. This product, by the way, is called Icon. They just launched a couple of months ago. I haven't used it, but I have played around it a bit. Now, full automations. This one you know for sure, so you've definitely used some form of Zapier, Make, IFTT, Publi, Nathan, or so on. So the thing is, these workflow automations before, they were dubbed with this name IFTT. If this, then that. And the idea was, if this happens, then do this other action. These were simple workflow automations. Right now, the hot thing on the block are AI agents. And how are agents different? Well, in a workflow, you can chain a bunch of steps, so you can do a bunch of steps one after the other, but some of them could be subjectively decided by the AI. For instance, go to my competitor's website before meant scrape the website. Now it can mean go to my competitor's website, understand what it is about, understand the key value propositions, extract them, and then create a website for myself. So this is why we call them agents, because they can do a bunch of stuff autonomously, which before were not possible. Now, for the purposes of this lecture, you can take all the previous steps, chain them together, and you have an AI agent, right? And this is what many companies are doing. I know many companies that are already doing this. There are issues with the agents. They're not dominating everything yet, but they will. Eventually, this will be the way stuff are getting done. Now, how do I know all of these things? Well, this is my job. My job is to work on this product and build a future of work product. Now, for us, it is extremely important to build these new experiences. So we're constantly thinking about, okay, right now, prompting is a thing, but what will it be in 1 year? What will it be in 2 years? What are the real problems that need to be solved? So far, we have about 50,000 users, and bit by bit, we realized that actually, and this is still a secret, we have not announced this yet, we realized that most of them are marketers. So actually, marketers are getting the most out of our software, and they're coming from SMBs, agencies, and startups. This is kind of the distribution. So we kind of decided, okay, so marketers, they love our product, even though we were constantly focusing on enterprises. So why not stop focusing on enterprises and start building for marketers? However, we maybe are good at marketing, but we're not really good at it. We don't do it every day. We build products every day. So what we're looking for is we're looking for marketing teams who are really excited about the technology, who want to build something, so who have workflows they want to automate. And if this is you, by the way, please scan and send me an DM interested. The thing is, we are looking for design partners. We're looking for someone to bounce ideas off. We want to solve your workflows because this means we solve it for everybody. And we're going to choose a couple of companies that are excited about it and start working with them to build these new experiences which currently do not exist. If you're interested, please let me know. And we're at time, I guess. So thank you so much for this, and see you around.